Hi guys, it's Hania here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. The Emoji movie is coming out, so I thought it would be fun to create some new emoji cookies from this movie. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make 4 characters, and I'm going to be starting with the HI-5. So to make the cookies, I use my sugar cookie dough recipe, and I actually hand cut all the cookies with X-Acto knife. First off, I'm doing the mouth, starting with black royal icing and then taking white royal icing. Both of these are 15-second consistency, making the teeth. And for the eyes, I am using icing that is slightly thicker, about 20 to 30-second consistency. So once you get the blue and black in there, for the reflection, I'm just gonna use a tiny little dot of white. Here I'm making a large line, letting it crust. And then you can start working on the fingers and the palm. I colored my royal icing with ivory food coloring to get it this color. And this is 15-second consistency. Use a needle tool to spread the icing evenly. Then I'm going to let this crust, and then I'm gonna do one more finger and then let it crust again and do the last finger. Let that dry and then you can make the band-aid. Outline the mouth, and once the band-aid dries you can use edible marker and finish the design. I'm just making small squares with blue edible marker, and then I'm also going to use some pink. Second emoji is Jean or Meh. So I'm starting again with eyes. I also use the paper template just to give me a guideline where the eyes are, and then I did the same thing like with the HI-5 white base, and then while that is still wet I used green instead of blue, and then large black dot, and then reflection with white little dot of icing. I'm going to let this crust for about 10-15 minutes, and then I'm going to add the eyelids with yellow royal icing. I'm going to let that crust again, and then you can use 15-second consistency yellow royal icing, outline and flat the whole thing. Use a needle tool or a toothpick to distribute the icing evenly. And then I'm going to let that dry, and then we can make the hair. Between each section I'm letting it crust, so there is some dimension and all the pieces, they don't blend together. Once you've done that, outline it to give it more detail. Then you're ready to make the mouth, and I'm also going to add eyebrows with black royal icing. And here is one of the most popular designs these days, the emoji, the poop emoji. So I'm starting with tracing the outlines for the mouth and the eyes mainly. You really don't need the outlines for the eyebrows. And use white royal icing to make the mouth, and then you can start working on the eyes, starting with the white, adding black dot, and then a little tiny white dot for the reflection. Again, for the mouth and the eyes, I would recommend you use icing that is slightly thicker, so you can pile it up a little more, so there is a little bit of puffiness in your icing. so it doesn't go flat. Once you are done with the eyes, let them crust for about 10-15 minutes, and then you can take dark brown royal icing and make the eyelids. Once you're done with the eyelids, let them crust, and then you can take 15-second consistency brown royal icing and outline and flat the whole cookie. I'm going to let this dry, and then we can add the top with dark brown. You can also use slightly thicker icing for this section to make it a little more puffier. Or once you pipe your 15-second consistency, take slightly thicker icing and pipe it directly into it while it's still wet. Now use dark brown royal icing, like it's super dark, to make the eyebrows. Outline the mouth with black piping consistency royal icing. Then you can make a cute little white bow. Let it crust for about 10 minutes, and then you can make the center. Use edible marker to finish the mouth, and then a few lines onto the eyebrows, and your poop emoji is finished. And the very last emoji is the Devilicious. So I'm starting with eyes again. I traced the outlines with edible marker and I used the paper template, and I'm just going to add a little bit of white while the black is still wet. Now we're ready to make the ears. So make the ears using red royal icing, and then we're going to let everything crust, and then we'll use 15-second consistency red royal icing and outline and flat the whole cookie. Let it dry, and then use piping consistency black royal icing to make the eyebrows. And here they are, really adorable emoji cookies from the Emoji movie. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And I know, although we can't really high-five each other, you guys can give me a high five by liking this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.